Hey there and welcome to the ADK channel, and today I have the pleasure of having a chat with AR and Jane from the wonderful band Imperial Age. Hi guys, how are you today?
Hi Dave, hi everybody, this is Imperial Age here, this is Jane.
And this is AR.
Okay, so thank you for taking the time to speak to me today. I'm going to kick in straight with some questions, and the first question is, of course, where did the name of the band come from?
What do you think? Where did the name of the band come from?
It is a long story. It took us almost 1.5 years to create this name.
Yeah, actually, we had all the songs for our first album, Turn the Sun Off, already recorded, and we started thinking about, what kind of mood, what kind of feeling came across, and Jane here said that...
Yeah, I decided that
Cheers.
there should be a word imperial because it really sounds, I don't know, mighty, something huge, something big. So this word just came into my head, and then we spent a lot of time trying to find the second one.
So, and the word age actually has to do with the fact that we have a lot of lyrics which are connected to what we think are the ancient progenitor high-tech civilizations which existed before recorded history, like Atlantis, Hyperborea, and etc. And that's what the word age, that's what the word imperial refers to. So despite the fact that many people see a Russian band called Imperial Age, it has nothing to do with the Russian Empire.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, but it's more about the mood on the one hand, about, the grandeur, the pompousness of the music, and on the other hand, it's about Atlantis, it's about Hyperborea, it's about these ancient
times. It is not about the certain age. It is about times.
Yeah, because age is a synonym
limited
to the word epoch, for example.
Yeah.
And like Atlantis was a global civilization. So there is a lot of meanings there, so that everybody can find the okay.
Let's move on.
But it has nothing to do with politics, and we don't like politics.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we think that it would be cool to have the world united into one proper country. Like imagine Russia and America are united into one country. Most news agencies would go bankrupt because there would be no news to report because everything would be cool.
So glad to hear it's not all about politics. It's great when songs are about storytelling. Of course, politics does have a place in music, I'm sure it does. But it's great when bands take a kind of neutral stance and not force agendas on their listeners, so that's great. Quick raises a question then. So what was the reason from moving to free lead vocalists from obviously previously just being yourselves?
Well, since you're one of the other two vocalists which came after I was the first one, you can answer this question.
That's unfair.
Well,
I'm joking.
If I open my mouth, this is going to be too long for
I think that the main reason was...
Cheers again.
Stop drinking. The main reason to have 3 vocalists was that we just wanted to be, I don't know, free, to have no limits and no limitations in how we want our music to sound. Because from one point of view, vocal is just a type of musical instrument. But from the other point of view, every vocalist is a person and personality, and having 3, 4, 5, 6 different vocalists...
Yeah, let's have 17.
It is possible.
That will be
also,
diversity.
Yes. So it really
and one
gives us more possibilities, more freedom while writing music, and performing on stage, because we can more move from one direction to another.
Yeah, then bang our
And it
heads
is more
accidentally.
interesting when 3 persons walking on stage rather than one. I'm of course joking. So
That's the main reason. When you have 3 people walking on stage, it distracts the attention of the audience from one of those 3 singing off pitch. Yeah. Actually, back in 2014, that was fucking 5 years ago, Christopher Janssen from Therion comes up to me and he says, you know, guys, we were playing in St. Petersburg with him, and he comes in and he said, you know, guys, you would sound so, you know, so cool with a female vocalist. And I was okay, yeah, good idea, let's try that. And you can listen Warrior Race. That was the result. And but then, you know, then we kind of sat there and we thought, okay, what are we but just another clone of Nightwish? You know, we don't want to be one of those 1 zillion bands, you know, who just try to be, you know, like somebody else. So we decided, okay, let's, you know, let's broaden the whole thing. Let's let's have more creative freedom, so that we don't have to stick in these limits, which are called like female-fronted metal, you know, or male-fronted metal. Well, we have female-fronted metal here, and we have male-fronted metal here, and actually somewhere around here the cat is running, so we actually can have a cat-fronted metal as well, you know. So we decided that this would be a bigger diversity, and also the diversity of the voices. It also came into play, and then it just stuck. You know, this has been the case since 2017, and it seems to have stuck.
17?
Yeah.
Not 16.
Oh, sorry, 16 actually, yeah. And it seems to have stuck, and people seem to like it. At least our latest music video, The Legacy of Atlantis, has some absolutely crazy positive feedback from fans, which even we did not expect, and we expected some positive feedback, but not that much, you know. So it seems that people like it, so, you know, why?
So it is time to take the 4th.
Yeah, but then we're becoming a clone of Therion, and we don't want to be that as well. We don't want to clone anyone. We want to be Imperial Age, and we want other people to clone us, you know what I'm talking about. So we're trying to do something original, as much as 3 vocalists can be original. I can see Victoria Beckham and Spice Girls going like ha 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 ha, you know, here. but you know what I'm talking about.
If you go for 7 vocalists, you're going to need to, or 17 vocalists even, I think you're going to have to start playing to much, much bigger venues, although I'm sure you're going to be playing those in no time at all. Now, I have been... Historically, the band has done a lot with using the social media to promote albums, free giveaways, getting email addresses and stuff like that. Not many bands are actually doing this. So what has the feedback been amongst, I guess, the fans and the people responses? What sort of response have you been getting from this?
Oh, you can answer that one because you're the ones sitting there, yeah.
You know, in almost every email that we send to our fans, giving free music or free videos or some discounts, anything, in every mail we have a small line saying that tell us our opinion, just write us back, we're waiting to your response and we will answer you. And people answer. Yes, and they really
and they really answer.
They really answer, and we are honestly trying to answer them all. Now I have
I'm just
700.
Wait.
718.
Yeah.
718 messages.
Unread messages. So that you can see that we're not kidding. Over here are, let me show you. Yeah, over there, 718 unanswered messages. That's just from now. 770. Who answered? One message, but so.
No idea.
So yeah. So I'm just gonna show you here. See all those blue dots? That means it's not answered yet.
It's not red.
We answer all of them, but it's just a little bit too much, you know. So this is actually, yeah. So see, all these messages. I mean, it's still we were. There. So that's where we were. So yeah. So and this is still this week alone. So we really do our best to what?
To answering people.
Yeah.
Because we really want to give something back.
While we were speaking, we have 3 more messages here.
Because we receive so much positiveness. Positivity.
Yeah.
From our fans that we're really ready to spend hours answering all these emails, and it brings a lot of good vibes doing this, because it is so cool to be so close with your fans.
You know, I've been recently speaking to a more famous colleague of ours, let's put it that way, and I was telling her that, you know, that you should do the same, and she was like, hey, man, I don't have all that time to reply to all those emails. And I say, yeah, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's wait for a few years and see who's going to be bigger. Because I personally think that if, you know, without the fans, the artist is nothing. But it's also true vice versa. If there is no artist, how can you be a fan of somebody? So it's a mutual dependency. And complaining that you have too much fan mail is like shooting yourself in the arse, you know. If you're an artist, the most important thing in the world for you are your fans. So we are extremely happy that we have this.
I think it's great that you have this rapport with your fans, and you're taking all this time to obviously work through those emails. It's a huge amount of work, I'm sure, but you're doing it, and a lot of bands don't do it. So big thumbs up from me for you for you both doing that. I guess what bands are, artists are, influences for you, whether it be from your early days of starting the band to, I guess, your influences currently.
Oh my God, this is going to be a long interview.
It depends on you.
No, it depends on you.
Okay, going back to 2012 and maybe 2010. For me personally, the band which brought me to rock music was the band called Him. So this is it. Now I'm listening mostly to Gothic and...
Now? All your life, you mean?
Okay. Okay. I'm listening mostly to Gothic and a bit of symphonic metal.
A little bit. Imperial Age mostly, yeah? When you have to record it.
Speak for yourself. So that's the situation for me.
Well,
I'm not sure that my musical preferences influence somehow Imperial Age
actually
music.
They do a lot. Actually they do. But if we are talking about me, well, I listen to all very different kinds of music.
If it is about alcohol, it will do.
No. The first thing is that if we are talking about the early days, then we're talking about Nightwish, Dimmu Borgir, you know, these kinds of things. Cradle of Filth, him as well, the 69 Eyes, you know, Gothic Black and things like that. If we're talking about what I'm listening now, I'm trying to be in the vein, of what's going on. For example, I've just discovered a new band for myself. Its name is Windrose. They're guys from Italy who are dwarves. If we're dressed like elves, these guys are dressed like dwarves and they sing like this in dwarvish language, and that's one thing. Or, for example, I really like Beast in Black. That's another new band which I like. I also like Sabaton, Power Wolf, but they're not so new. Jane here showed me quite a few gothic bands, like Lord of the Lost, for example. That's another band I like. So that's speaking of going on right now. When we're talking about influences, that's a bit more difficult because we have this feeling that we are in the process, of finding our own style. So we are trying to actually get rid of influences. We are trying to do something which would be our own signature, if you know what I'm talking about.
But having influences doesn't mean that you try to copy.
Yeah, sure. If you want to describe our music in one sentence, that was actually a fan a few days ago on YouTube. You said Nightwish meets Manowar. That's true. Yeah. That's what it is.
And they start fighting.
Between, Floor Jansen is kicking the shit of Eric Adams.
Well, it's a great load of influences there and a great wide range. It's always nice to see how the different influences have potentially impacted the band. Are there any instruments that you haven't used in your current sound or your current album and performances, and that you might be thinking about incorporating, or you would like to use into your sound in the future?
Actually, I don't know. I mean,
maybe
I'm gonna show it to you.
Maybe some chicken.
So this is some weird musical instrument. I don't know how to play it. It's not working. I prefer the keyboard. You press the sound and it goes boom. But I can play it like this.
At least it looks well.
Okay, yeah. But it looks cool. It looks true. So maybe we could use this instrument if we find somebody who knows how to play it. I don't know the name of this instrument.
The guy who sold it to you.
Yeah, there was a very weird guy who sold this for 7,000 rupees, I think, to us when we were in Nepal on our way to Tibet. But we actually think that it was the god Ganesh, which was involved in this. So it's still cool. Let's see how we can play this. Maybe we can incorporate the sound into our new album.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how that particular instrument is going to work on an Imperial Age track, but I will find it very interesting to see how you manage to do it. So I look forward to seeing if you ever do manage to get that done. So what's the next stage, would you say, musically, of the band's evolution?
Talking about the evolution of our sound, I can say that now we are trying to become more speedy, to write more fast songs.
I would say that,
More
legacy.
cheerful, maybe.
Maybe, but there are a lot of maybes,
Yeah.
So Legacy of Atlantis was a relatively slow-paced album, except the song number 9 and song number 7. But and I Shall Find My Home and The Escape. But the new album which we're writing right now, it has a faster pace. But that's all that we can say.
Okay, well, I'm sure whatever you do musically and how the band evolves, I'm sure the fans and myself are going to thoroughly enjoy it. What is the writing process then for you as a band? So how do the songs sort of come together?
Well, the process is relatively simple. I decide, okay, I'm going to write some music today, and I start writing. And then after 3 or 4 hours, I get stuck.
And then I came and I come in.
I called Jane in.
Yeah, I come in and say that, this is bullshit. You have to rewrite this, and this
and then I say, okay, if you're criticizing, offer something, and she offers something. She starts singing the melody into my ear. And then I go, okay, some cool melodies here. So that's how it usually looks like.
Well, it's very interesting to understand your writing process because it varies from band to band, with some people doing a lot of pre-recording from one person and other people just work in the studio. So I find it really interesting personally from that fact, and hopefully the people watching this do as well. So how much time do you spend in i.e. rehearsing for going in to do recordings and rehearsing to go out on tour?
When preparing for tour, we rehearse usually about maybe we take 10 to 20 rehearsals, I think. It may take
with a band.
Yeah, it may take 1 or 2 months, just a few times a week. Before recording, when we recorded our previous albums, we did not rehearse with the band, and now we decided that it was not a mistake, but when we recorded our live album, Live in Wrocław, we just heard that many songs, they really sound better in live versions, because we played them, I don't know, hundreds of times before doing this record, before playing this show in Wrocław. So we decided that before going on studio with our upcoming album, we definitely will rehearse many times with the band, just to make it sound better.
Well, that truly shows that if you want to be a big band and you want to get out and you put on a great show, you need to put your work in and do your rehearsals. Doing the amount of rehearsals you do for your tours, it definitely pays off. Okay, so what is your thought process when you're putting your set list together as far as arrangements of songs, etc.?
That's an easy question. We just try to, have the most fast-paced, dancey songs so that the people in the hall don't get bored. But from time to time, we stick in some ballads so that they can have a rest, before headbanging even more.
Okay, so in short, a well-balanced set list then, I guess, is the answer to that one. Fair enough. I can't say fairer than that. So when you start writing new material for an album, do you have an album concept in mind? Or do you adapt song ideas to fit the concept later on? How does it all come together?
We had both.
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
For example, in Turn This and All, there was no idea whatsoever. In Legacy of Atlantis, there was an idea first, and there was a storyline first, and then we wrote the music to the storyline. And right now, we don't have an idea, we don't have a storyline, but as music is being written, we can see a concept coming out of it on its own. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the funny thing with our first album, we didn't even have the name of the band.
Yeah.
When all the songs were ready.
Yeah. So yeah, it happens both ways.
Okay, I guess to me it's something that I kind of assumed you'd have that idea together in advance, but I guess it's very much like writing a song. The idea kind of organically grows and the concept grows with it, so that makes sense. Final question then. So do you have a formula that you tend to use when writing new material?
Well, actually, I think the answer is no.
Yeah, but I usually keep in mind maybe two things. One is just don't copy yourself or others.
That's the hardest one. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you think that you composed a new melody.
Yeah. And then you remember. Fuck.
Yeah. This is that song.
It has already been there. or worse, someone else has played it before.
Yeah, and the
things like that.
second thing is just to write a melody which will catch the mind of
That's
your
the most
listener.
important thing. I think if we're talking about the formula, then yeah, probably the only, thing which we try to keep everywhere is that we try to center our music around melody. So there are bands which try to center it around beats. There are bands who try to center it around riffs. That's perfectly fine. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to center them around melody. So for us, the melody is the most important thing, to have this viral melody take complete control of your brain, so that when you wake up next morning, the first thing you remember is singing that melody. Oh, fuck! That's what we're aiming for, because we think that melody is like the ultimate embodiment of music. Am I right?
Exactly, 100%.
Okay.
Only today.
Sometimes happens, yeah.
Okay, well, as they say, melody is key. Well, I guess someone has said that, but whoever said it, that I agree with them. Melody is definitely key. It's the bit that hooks you in there. So well done. I just want to say a massive thank you for taking the time to answer all the questions today, and the best of luck with obviously the new material that's now currently coming out. And I guess I'll leave it to you just to let people know where to check you guys out.
So thank you very much, Dave. Thank you everybody watching this. Don't forget to come to our website, grab your 7 free songs from us, and see you on tour, because we're gonna tour in your area at some point. And if you're in the UK, we will be touring there in April. So see you there.
Yeah, see you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye bye. Stay metal.
Okay, so a big thank you to Jane and of course AR from Imperial Age for taking the time out, and for those watching back home, make sure you go and check out imperialage.com. Check them out on Facebook as well. And again, thank you for watching the ADK channel. Please do like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon for daily notifications, and of course we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.